Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Myself Mita Chambucha and I am the student of Department of English Maharaja Krishna Kumar CG Bhavnagar University. In our department we are celebrate Teacher Day virtually 2020-25. Uh, so in this video I will explain about the romanticism and the Gothic imagination. So let's start. So first of all, introduce the topic explaining Romanticism, late 18th, early 19th century, valued emotion, imagination, and the beauty of nature. Explain the Gothic literature is a darker strand of Romanticism, emphasizing horror, mystery, and supernatural elements. Highlight that this presentation examines the overlap between Romanticism ideas and Gothic innovation optional hook. Why are we still fascinated by haunted castle storms and mysterious strangers? Uh, Introduction to Romanticism. Romantic writers prioritize emotion over cold reasons, exploring personal and spiritual dimensions. Imagination allows writers to go beyond reality and explore inner constructions. Nature inspired away terror and reflection, the sublimes. For example, Wordsworth's meditation on nature called it the rhyme of the ancient mariner, sailors or to the west wind. Mentioned Romanticism's critique of industrialization and societal constraints. Uh, Uh, Introduction to Gothic literature. Gothic literature combines romantic ideas with darker human emotion and fears. Settings are often remote or mysterious, reflecting psychological states. For example, Harris Walpole's The Castle of the Otranto introduced haunted to castle and supernatural events, like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein's blends scientific curiosity with gothic horror and creating moral dilemmas. Side traits Romanticism and Gothic. Uh, Both movements value imagination, imaginative freedom and deep emotional experience. Gothic literature intensifies Romanticism's fascination with the unknown, editing fears and suspense. For example, stormy landscapes in Gothic novels often mirror characters' inner turmoils. Emphasize that romantic and Gothic works provoke reflection on human experience, morality, and mortality. Gothic techniques. Gothic writers build tension through suspense, leaving readers anxious and intrigued. Supernatural elements often symbolize deeper human fears. For example, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Ares Castle, foggy landscape, and mysterious strangers heighten tension. Gothic contrasts between innocence and the evil reflect moral ability and psychological depth. The sublime and the terrifying. Edmund Burke described the sublime as a mix of terror and beauty. Romantic writers depict landscapes that evoke awe. Gothic adds darkness and decay. For example, the moors in Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights combine beauty, wildness, and threat. For example, highlight how sublime experience reflect inner psychological and emotional states. Gothic as social commentary reflects Gothic literature often critiques social norms and fears of unknown. For example, Frankenstein explores uncontrolled scientific ambition, ethical responsibility, and societal rejection. Gothic characters often symbolize broader societal fears such as the dangers. and ambition, representations, or isolation. Mention how Gothic literature mirrors human anxieties about progress, morality, and societal change. Key authors and works Walpole's invented Gothic tropes, haunted castles, secret passage, and supernatural events. Like Mary Shelley fused Gothic horrors with romantic ideals of emotion and imagination. Poe's work explores psychological terror and narrative suspense. Radcliffe emphasized suspenseful atmosphere and mystery. Bronte novels blend Gothic settings with complex character and moral themes. Influence on popular culture. Gothic tropes like castle, monsters, and foggy landscape continue to captivate audiences. Modern media often adapts Gothic and Romantic ideas to explore contemporary fears and mysterious. For example, Gothic horror films evoke fear while fantasy novels as Gothic architecture and suspense for storytelling. Highlight Romanticism's enduring focus on emotion and imagination in modern storytelling. Gothic archetypes and characters. A Gothic literature often use archetypal character to explore universal themes. The Byronic hero is charismatic but morally complex. Innocent victims evoke sympathy and highlight vulnerability. Villains or monsters symbolize fears. Dracula represents the unknown and sexual anxiety. Frankenstein creature represents scientific hubris. Arche- Archetypes make Gothic stories psychologically engaging, the morally complex. Symbolism in Gothic literature. Gothic settings often reflect the inner world of characters. Decaying castles symbolize moral decay. Forest or moors reflect isolation and dangers. Supernatural elements symbolize universal fears like death, ambition, and the unknown. Light and darkness are used symbolically, darkness for mystery and evil, light for knowledgeable and hope. Hidden objects or mirrors often represent secrets, identity, struggles, and represent desires. For example, the Leblinine's corridors in Poise, the fall of the house of the Ashers, symbolize the crumbling mind of Redrick's user. In conclusion, Gothic literature extends romantic ideas into terror, suspense, and moral questioning. Archetypes and symbolism make Gothic works rich, reflective, and psychologically engaging. Gothic motifs continue to influence modern media, showing the lasting power of romantic imagination. And with an engaging question, what draws us fear, mystery, and the unknown even today? So, thank you, everyone.